guys, and welcome to...
Good morning, guys. Come on. Where's the energy? Woo! Okay, I may have had a little bit too much caffeine.
Maybe just a little. We have made our way from Minnesota, where we last were at, and we are in Michigan, and we wanted to share with you what our plans are for the next couple of weeks. So we are going to be exploring as much of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan as we can.
Sounds like a good plan.
Sounds like fun.
But today, we're actually in the Ottawa National Forest, and we're going to go see some waterfalls today.
So there is a parkway called the Black River Parkway, and we have driven up it. And towards the end, as you get out to the Black River Harbor, right before the Black River dumps into Lake Superior, there are 5 waterfalls. And so we are going to go see all 5 of them.
All right. First one is Conglomerate Falls, 3/4 of a mile. Let's do this. I always get super excited when hiking to a waterfall and you can hear the water, but you can't see the waterfall yet. It's like it builds anticipation.
So welcome to Conglomerate Falls. So this is the highest of the 5 waterfalls that we're going to go to today. And from what I've read, it's named Conglomerate Falls because of the big slabs of conglomerate rock that are here. I'm not really sure what conglomerate rock is, so I'm gonna have to look it up, or you can leave it in the comments below if you happen to know.
Yeah, chime in below if you know.
If you happen to know. But I do know that this waterfall is absolutely gorgeous. I do think that the water levels are probably low here as well, so it's probably much fuller at other parts of the year, but gorgeous nonetheless.
So we've just made the little jaunt down to Potawatomi Falls. Say that 3 times fast. And there's a sign here explaining what the conglomerate rock is. And in this area it says it's made of volcanic rock fragments that were eroded and deposited through the sedimentary process, which now I'm gonna have to find a sign to explain that, because falls are gorgeous though.
Next up, fall number 3 is Gorge Falls, although the sign says that the overlook's closed, but we're still gonna go down and see if we can see anything.
Okay, so the overlook is in fact closed, and I walked down a little bit of a ways. You can't see the waterfall at all. I can hear it, but I can't see it, let alone get a shot of it. So, on to the next. Despite Gorge Falls being a complete bust, we're now headed to Sandstone Falls, where Sandy has deduced that we may see some
sandstone.
Oh, there's a warning sign up ahead. Uh-oh. This could mean trouble. Ta-da! There she is. Sandstone Falls. So this waterfall we can actually get nice and up close to. The trail kind of leads you out here. The rocks are kind of slippery. So just if you come out here, when you come out here, because you have to, please be careful. We care about you. You also notice that this water is a kind of a root beer kind of color, and that comes from all the natural leaves and unlike the unnatural leaves that fall into the water and they decay, and it kind of turns the water brown from the tannins. Now, if you take a look down in this little pool here, like right behind me, it kind of looks like a root beer float. And the water actually, I wish it was root beer, because my face would be in it right now. The Native Americans used to use these tannins that turn the water brown from the hemlock tree that grows around here. And they would use that to tan hides to, use as clothes and whatever they used to tan hides for. I've never tanned a hide, so, I mean.
So we've made it to Rainbow Falls, and you can see it right here behind me. It looks kind of small. I think normally that this whole, the fall kind of fills this whole area of rock behind us, but the water levels are just low everywhere right now. So I think it's usually a much, much bigger fall. It's absolutely beautiful the way it drops through this little area though. And I think the name Rainbow Falls comes from, you can see the glimmer of sun behind us. I think that a lot of time when this is fuller, you get that glimmer and you get those rainbows that kind of form over it. So yeah, guys, Rainbow Falls, the last fall before we get down to the Black River Harbor, which is where we're headed next.
Okay, so we are at...
The Black River Harbor Suspension Bridge.
Yeah, so...
It's suspension-y.
Yeah, and it's shaky. Curtis and Jonathan are up there shaking it.
Yeah.
So I thought
They're horrible people.
I thought this was going to be much higher, but it's not, which is a good thing because I'm scared of heights.
But if you look right over here, turn to your behind you. Yeah. That there, out in the distance, is Lake Superior.
So I didn't know this, but as soon as you cross a suspension bridge, there's a trail that you walk down, and it leads you to this really, really nice beach. And there's a lot of people out here enjoying the sun and the beach. And if I didn't know any better and I just looked at a picture of this, I wouldn't know if this was saltwater or freshwater. But this is all, in fact, Lake Superior freshwater. Okay, so that was a beautiful day of chasing waterfalls.
And there's a dog over there.
There's a dog over there chasing. There's a dog chasing a soccer. Can you see him? Okay, anyway.
So we are actually settled in now for the night. We are staying at a Harvest Host location called Big Snow Resort.
What exactly is Harvest Host?
You sound so pitchy there.
I do. But you know what? I really love Harvest Host.
We do. We love Harvest Host, and we actually try to stay at them a lot whenever they are available. So Harvest Host is a collection of sites or small businesses that allow RVers and vanlifers, etc., to stay on their property overnight. And so tonight we are at one that is at a ski resort. Of course, it's summertime, so there is no snow here, but it's still an absolutely beautiful place to spend the evening.
So sorry for sounding so pitchy before, but if you are interested in Harvest Host, we are going to leave a link below, and there's a discount.
So we got a great night's sleep last night at the Harvest Host location, and today we are visiting Porcupine Mountain State Park, which is Michigan's largest state park.
And I've seen 0 porcupines thus far.
There have been no porcupines.
0.
So this park is really beautiful. It's located right on the coast of Lake Superior, and we've heard nothing but amazing things about it, so we're excited to kind of explore today.
Sandy, stop. Stop being an invasive hitchhiker.
I'm trying to avoid being an invasive hitchhiker.
So our first little stop today is going to be Lake of the Clouds. So Lake of the Clouds is a lake that is full of, I don't know yet. So they say it's a really beautiful place. So
I hope it's not full of clouds.
I hope it's not full of clouds because that would be a long climb. Okay, so we've made it to Lake of the Clouds scenic area. You can see the lake right here. Of course, in Jed fashion, I'm going to put a beautiful, beautiful cinematic, slow, beautiful shot of the lake. It's actually kind of windy today, so we're not getting any reflections or anything, but it's still a pretty place to come and take a peek. So we've just pulled off right down the road from the Lake of Clouds parking area. There is a little wayside where you can see the carp mine. Now the carp mine, the really cool thing about this is that it gets really, really cold here in Michigan. So thousands and thousands of bats come into this mine each year to hibernate. So they have little brown bats, they have long-eared bats, and one called the eastern pipistrelle bat, which they only weigh about 1/4 of an ounce, making them the smallest bat species here in North America, which is pretty cool. So we started off in the Lake of the Clouds area. Now we've driven all the way across the park to the Presque Isle scenic area, which is part of the Porcupine State Park. It's really, really beautiful out here. When you do come out here, keep your eyes peeled because the signage is right where things are and not necessarily before. So if you don't keep a sharp eye out, you can miss something that you're looking for, and it can be miles before you actually get to a turnout to go back to what you're looking for. So let's go down here and see what this scenic area is all about.
Oh, I was just walking down the steps and I was like, oh, and it's because this is absolutely beautiful. I don't know how well we're going to be able to see it from down here, but you're like right up on the top of this waterfall here, and the rock is gorgeous. Let's go look. at our map, we think we're actually at the point of where this place gets its name, Presque Island. So right here, there's a bed of rock, and we think at higher water levels, this whole area is covered, and then this actually forms an island over in this area from what we can tell. Or that's our guess anyway.
So down the river and through the woods, we're not at Grandma's house. We are on a beach at Lake Superior. I know, that was clever, wasn't it?
That was so clever. So this beach is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I feel like I'm like on the Atlantic or the Pacific Ocean, probably more the Atlantic, I guess, because the Pacific would have all these big rocks, but this place is absolutely beautiful. The only thing that I think it's missing from like being at the ocean is
the smell.
The smell, yeah. But it's so pretty. I'm glad we found this place. It's probably my favorite thing we've done so far up here in Michigan.
Yeah,
finding this little beach.
If I had to skip anything in Porcupine, it would be everything but this.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, Lake of the Clouds was really gorgeous. The park's beautiful, but this area over here is
takes the cake.
It takes the cake.
Let's go get cake.
I was thinking the same thing. We have made it back from the Porkies. That's what the locals call the Porcupines.
It was also a movie I wasn't allowed to watch in the 80s.
But we've made it back from the Porkies, and we are settled into our campsite for the night. We're actually staying at a state park tonight. It's called Gogabik, I think is how you say it.
Gogabik.
Yeah, or at least that's how Siri pronounced it.
Things up north are really hard to pronounce, by the way.
She never gets stuff wrong. So it's got to be Gogabik State Park. But it's on Lake Gogabik. Say that like 3 times fast. That's like one of our favorite things.
Yeah, a lot of things up here are really hard for me to pronounce. I don't know.
But we've had a really great start to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So many beautiful waterfalls.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope y'all love waterfalls, because I mean, there was a ton of them.
And I think there's more like coming up, so just be ready for all the waterfalls. But yeah, so I think that's our first video in the wraps.
That's right, and if you liked it, give us a big old thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And then that notification bell so that you get a notification anytime we put out one of these amazing videos.
Alright guys, that's going to do it for now, and until next time, stay wonderful.
Call it a day.